Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. We got the Bear Apprentice out. This is my right-handed compound. I shoot both ways, keep that in mind. But anyways, we've got two Accmos arrows, and I know they spin perfectly true because I have the machine for that. And of course, so do these. These were just made up for me the other day. 27.5-inch shaft to shaft. Got these done locally. These, of course, Accmos or Chinese arrows, 28.5 shaft to shaft. So there's only 1 inch difference in length, which really isn't all that much. The draw on this thing is 27 as far as it goes. Now, arrow weight. The Accmos camos are 520 grains. These are 363 grains apiece, and they all have 100 grain field tips. So what we want to do is we want to find out the difference between weight and impact alignment. So of course I'm going to do my best to definitely hit at the bullseye and see what happens. We do have to fight a bit of a wind out here, but at least the weather cleared up a bit so we can do some shooting. And I do have the bow set at 40 pounds. And since changing it from where it was to 40, I have done no sight adjustments, didn't have to, so I got lucky. All right, let's go back to 12 yards and see how we do. I'll start with, well, you'll see them fly in. This is exactly what happened with my PSE Stinger 3G. I started out with the same Easton arrows, but at 28? I'll have to remeasure them. They're either 28 or 28.5 inch shaft to shaft. Anyways, I'll have to remeasure them, but this is the same thing that happened when I started shooting these. They shot, of course, low, but then, of course, I had to re-sight and get these sighted in. So by rebringing the elevation up, regardless of the fact that I added more poundage, even though I could have gotten away with just re-sighting the elevation, I wanted more poundage because I'm going to lose poundage, I'm going to lose feet per second with a really heavy arrow, right? This bow has been pretty closely sighted in, at least. I do have a little bit of tweaking to do, but I'm not going to sight it in perfectly for these two arrows because I want to be able to fire the Eastons out of this thing, or at least something that's within the same kind of spec for grain weight. And I only have these two right now set up. So, but they are 500 spine. These are 500 spine, 520 grain, and 363, I believe, is what we mentioned at the beginning of the video. So with a lighter arrow, it definitely is going to be faster at the same 40 pounds here, but it's going to have a higher POI because it's lighter. Point of impact is going to change. The bow is set up to work with a heavier arrow, so this is exactly what happens. So let's see if we can eyeball calibrate to bring things down, because this one here went pretty much center. It's just a hair off. So if I lower it just below here, I should be able to get that to the bullseye just by compensating. So we're going to fire off these same arrows one more time and see how things change. I'm not going to change anything I do about these. I do know that we do have a wind out here, so that does have a little bit of effect, and so does a little bit of me too, but you know, still, these things are pretty good, man. These things penetrate nice. All right, round two. Wind is definitely pushing these things pretty easy, because I'm aiming right here. This one didn't do too bad. This one was a bit of me, and probably a little bit of influence from wind. These definitely, that's pretty much windy. I wasn't even aiming anywhere near here. I was in here. All right, let's go one more and see how things work out. Hopefully the wind will stop long enough that I can fire these things off. I just need that little break in between each shot, and I think we'll be good. But we're still getting the same exact results. These are firing down near where they should, and the other ones are definitely still going high. So we definitely have to re-sight if we want to use a lighter arrow. other than going a little to the left there on 2 of them, we got one dead on perfect bullseye. I aimed center, but I aimed down to this one here, right about here. And that's what I actually did with both of these, but this one got pushed a little bit. These two, wow, that was kind of me jerking, and this one, not too shabby. But yeah, it's just gonna be, I gotta figure out which arrows I actually really wanna run on this thing. Personally, I would rather run something that is not so heavy. So I'm gonna keep the Accmos arrows for my 3G Stinger because they do work best for it anyways, especially at 54 pounds. This one I want to try and keep this boat around 40, at least for a while anyways. But I like these Eastons. They do a good job, but I got to resight for the Eastons. So I definitely got to change my elevation point because I know exactly where I aimed here to get dead on. That's a good shot. So, and this one's pretty good too. So anyways, but the main key focus of this video was to show what happens when you sight it in for one weight of arrow and then you try a different weight of arrow. In this case, we sighted in originally for heavy, and then we got some lighter ones. The lighter ones are going to have to, they're going to impact much higher, as we saw on every shot. So I started aiming down here to get into here. So that's something that a lot of people don't realize, and they think, well, it's the arrow, it's the arrow. No, it's actually, you have to resight in because the weight difference, I mean, it's a lot, okay? I know that these arrows, from my other ones I have, these are 160 grains heavier. Yeah, that's a lot of weight just for that full wrap on there. That wrap has a lot of weight. These are pure carbon, so we don't have to worry about that part of it, but it does lighten them up quite a bit when you don't have a wrap. So, and you got to watch where that wrap goes too, you know. If you're going to put any kind of a wrap even yourself, I would go whatever distance you go, like say in front of the fletch to say here for say 5 inches there, go 5 inches at the front. It'll keep it balanced. Otherwise, you're really screwing up the arrow, just having more back weight. That's not what you want. You want to keep that weight balanced, which is why they pretty much did the whole thing on this, is to keep it perfectly balanced. But anyways, whatever. They all fly straight and they all land straight, but that's what happens when you go from heavier to lighter. So anyway, any interesting little test. I already knew the results ahead of time, but I wanted to do a video for you guys showing you what happens in case you end up getting arrows, because not all 500 spine arrows either are going to be the same weight, especially from brand to brand. Even if the lengths are the same, there are going to be some differences in weight ratios, even in the exact same spine and same cut lengths. You know, you would think it would be, it's the same. No, actually it's not. Brands do change things. So anyway, that's all I got. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm done for shooting for the day anyways. So we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.